Hello guys, and welcome. It is that SW2 Dude here today, bringing you yet another Splatoon 3 video because we have got some more Splatoon 3 news coming from SplatoonJP. And if you guys have noticed, yes, I'm back in the UK, so you got forward-facing dude again. So there's a couple of things that I want to talk about. It's the new Stringer weapon that I believe is going to be in the game at launch day. I can't even really call it new because Splatoon 3 data miners have been going crazy and they kind of found it within the files of the Splatoon 3 test file. And funny thing too, if you saw my Splatoon 3 salmon run video, it's actually in that video too. I didn't even notice during the recording, but it's there too. But with that all being said, let's get into it because there's a lot of differences with this stringer in comparison to the other one. Now this is the translation from the SplatoonJP Twitter. It's not of course the concrete exact translation, but it's good enough for me to understand what they even mean. So this is known as the LACT 450, or also known as the something something something, which is also known as the formal reading. I'm not going to try to read that, I'm just saying. It is able to inflict 45 effective damage per bottle with a charge keeping function that makes use of the small body. However, the cooling function is omitted and the ink does not explode even if it hits. Hit your opponents directly to deliver damage quickly. And just with that, we get a pretty good idea of how this stringer is going to be. Now, despite it being a smaller stringer, which is more of a lightweight one, it does actually more damage than the original Tri-Stringer. The Tri-Stringer does 35 damage per arrow, and this one does 45 damage per arrow. And just so you guys can get a closer look too, this stringer also shoots 3 arrows. So it shoots one from here, here, and here. So the same sort of mechanic that the original Tri-Stringer has also lies within this one too. One also very interesting thing about this stringer is that it has the held charge feature, which we all thought all the stringers were gonna get. Considering when we saw the OLED Switch trailer, where we saw the original Tri-Stringer basically having the held charge thing, which you can see right there, it seems like they removed that feature in general for the stringer class and made it a special thing for just this weapon itself. It's basically how the Nautilus is with Splatlings. And the last thing this thing says is that you have to hit your opponents directly to deliver damage, because the cooling function is omitted and it does not have exploding ink rounds. Meaning that the Tri-Stringer in general is going to be the one with the explosion rounds, unless there is another stringer that also has it. But it seems like the explosion rounds are currently now just an exclusive thing for the Tri-Stringer. Now this is all really interesting, and honestly I just kind of have the idea that this stringer is probably going to have a little less range than comparison to the original Tri-Stringer. Of course, it being a smaller stringer, I just have the assumption that it will have just less range than the Tri-Stringer. And of course, just in case for those people who have been spoiled or have been looking into some data mine things, because to be honest, this isn't exactly something that's new. In fact, I've known about this for a while. This is only the first time that SplatoonJP has actually announced it officially. And of course, this is the Japanese name of this actual weapon. I believe the English name is the REEF-LUX 450. So that's how we're going to be, I guess, calling it when Splatoon 3 does eventually come out. I generally just haven't been covering it because I don't want to go ahead and cover it and then potentially get my channel taken down just because of it. So I've been trying to be safe, mainly because the game hasn't come out yet. But of course, when the game does come out and then updates kind of roll out and then new weapons do tend to show itself, then of course, if there's something that's found, I guess, in the data mines, I'll cover it straight away. Sorry for the voice crack, by the way, but I don't care. We're gonna keep it rolling. But either way, I'm interested to know what you guys think of the REEF-LUX 450. It's practically a strongest Tri-Stringer. I assume that it shoots a little faster. It has a held charge feature that's pretty cool, but it doesn't have explosion rounds, so less AoE. So putting all that together, I would love to know what you guys think of that in the comment section below. Personally, my feelings right now is I think this is going to be way better than the Tri-Stringer. In terms of usability, I feel like more people will get the hang of this one at least. But yes, let me know what you think. And also while you're at it, make sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel because I'm so close to 100k subscribers, guys. I would love to get 100k subscribers this year with myself pumping out the Splatoon 3 content. So go ahead, hit that subscribe button. Also, make sure to follow my Twitch channel and my Twitter. They're also both in the description below. And also join my public Discord channel where you can go ahead and talk to myself, my Dude Society community. And it's also the greatest place to be notified for whenever I go live for a Twitch stream. Speaking of those Twitch streams, as you know, Splatoon 3 is coming out very soon. Your boy is planning a really long stream of the launch day of Splatoon 3. I'm not too sure if I'm going to start at midnight when the game releases, or I'm going to start at like 8 o'clock and then just go up through the entire day through midnight and all that. So We'll figure things out, but it's gonna be a hell of a long stream and it's gonna be amazing. So I hope you guys can come out to that. And yeah, guys, that's all I gotta say for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I shall see you guys in a future video.